Okay, I totally started the stream on the run screen, but I'm gonna go back to the start stream screen because I still want to wait a few minutes before actually starting. Okay, so first of all, welcome to the membership, Philip. So I gave it a few more minutes because I forgot Twitter existed for a second, and I didn't tell them I was gonna start streaming. So I actually planned the stream last weekend, and I didn't tweet it until this morning. Imagine if I start forcing myself to announce my streams on Instagram too, which I don't do because I can't handle having that many social medias. Yeah, I'm gonna be in so much pain if I start doing that. So anyway, hey guys, I just woke up. How are you guys? Hello Maple, hello cutie baby. Good morning, your boy, or I guess my boy. Hello Sigma, David, Catnip, Serena. So I do expect you guys to answer the how are you, so maybe we can talk about your day. Hi wife! Yoshi. I'm sorry, I still have to work on that. It's Yoshi, right? I'm definitely not saying it wrong that time. Hey Tim, thank you for donating $69. Straw tuna getting bonked. Wow, maybe I will. Tuna is one of my Discord members, and he is a whole gremlin. Hello guys. I'm like trying to read your names, but the chat is going a bit fast right now. Hi, Vondelon, Thorgel, and Batsmo. It's easier to see the members' names. Okay, thanks wife for confirming the pronunciation of your name. We're fine, I'm doing commissions and I was anticipating the stream. You're so cool. Thank you for coming. I'm great, pretty good. Night owls, hell yeah. I think even if I wake up early, I consistently go to sleep around maybe 4 to 5 a.m. and then suffer the next day because of it, but that's just how the night owl life goes. Hello Wolfgang and Kitani. It's super cold. Isn't it almost summer? Oh, you guys might have noticed. Thank you Catnip Art for donating $3. You guys might have noticed I finally figured out how to do the what's it called? The stream alert sounds. You guys can hear that, right? Thank you for joining the membership. Subara. So Isaac Wolf is the person who made my stream alerts. He's also the person who made the intro music, which I've heard you guys compliment. I saw you guys complimenting earlier today. And welcome to the membership Sleep. Thank you for donating, Dwight Perez. How am I? I'm good. I'm actually starving right now. Because there was no time between my stream and waking up. Because I tried to schedule the stream at a bit of a earlier time than I usually do, so that it could work out better for some of my viewers in a different time zone. But I don't know how well it's working out for me. I was awake quite late last night, but I also had to wake up really early today at 8 a.m. Obviously, I passed out right afterwards because I had a thing to do. And I had to set an alarm to wake up before this stream, which you would be surprised about because it's at 3 p.m. and that's well into the afternoon. Eat some eggs. I actually really wanted to make toast. I should really work on not saying the word actually. I wanted to make toast, but my bread is like 3 weeks old, and I don't know if I can salvage Mori bread. But toast and eggs is one of the best combinations of breakfast food ever. Oh, welcome to the membership, Yihao. And thank you, Shiroharu, for donating to 69. What did you say right here? I like the fact that I don't need to be up till 4 in the morning to watch the stream, so thanks, Mom. See, there you go, it's working out for someone at least. Alright. Give me a second. I have so much trouble with putting my Streamlabs screen in a position that I can see well, because that's where I see the chat. Oh god, it's like glitching out. Because I can't have it just directly, entirely on my second display, because if I do that, the chat is gonna be all the way to the right side. Thank you, Tim, for donating about $7. Microwave your toast. Alright, I don't know about that one. I never tried that before, actually. I heard that if you have stout bread and you, like, I don't know, sprinkle some water on it and microwave it, it becomes fresh again. I never tried it myself, so you guys can tell me if that life hack is real or not. Favorite food? Anything spicy. You're very much appreciative of streams at a time you can reasonably catch. You are welcome. 3 p.m. for you too, Rachel? Nice. East Coast gang, I think, at least. I think that's where you are. You might be in Canada. I don't know if that's still called East Coast gang, probably. Thank you for donating, Maxim. My first super chat. Must simp. Cheers from Bulgaria? I'm so sorry if I pronounced your country wrong. I am not cultured. Start drawing, Dad. Give me a second. Alright, I think I can actually start drawing. Wait, hold on. I'm like trying so hard to make the Streamlabs screen better looking. Yes, Yoshi, you are spicy. Wait, give me a second. Oh, hi, Domo. Cecile, I don't hear the alerts. Thank you for telling me though this and donating. Anybody else? Can you guys hear it? So I wish I could make Streamlabs smaller, but it's not working out because I didn't finish my thought earlier. If I put it to, entirely on my second display, the chat is gonna be all the way on the right, which means I'm gonna have to be like this if I want to read chat. So I'm trying to place it like in between my two displays, and I don't think my computer likes that very much. Okay, so I'm going to actually start drawing soon. If you guys were here for the first like 3 seconds of my stream, you already saw this because I accidentally started my stream on this screen instead of the starting stream screen. But this is a fan art I was working on 2 months ago, and I left it on the shelves. Oh, I was looking for my tablet pen. Alright, found it. I left it on the shelves for 2 months, and that is just unfortunate. Thank you, Yoji. I actually think it kind of looks shabby right now. I was struggling a bit with it, which is probably why I ditched it. But I almost never not finish my working processes. So, like, even if it looks bad, I just hate wasting my time like that. So, if my artwork looks bad, I'm just like, that's how it is. And I post it anyway. Thank you, Belas and Subara. Thank you for thinking it looks good. I'm gonna try my best to make it look even better by the end of the stream. Okay, so I think this is the first time I am trying to multitask. This is the first time I am painting on stream. And painting for me is always an experiment. So if you see me struggling, that's just normal. That's how it usually goes. And I most likely will struggle. I don't put much pre-planning into my drawings. I kind of just think of an idea and I draw it. And then I allow future me to deal with any problems that come up, such as bad compositions. Thank you for joining the membership, Kai Noah. So I'm going to try to finish it soon, but I don't know how far I'm gonna get in this stream. I can probably guarantee you that I'm not gonna finish it on stream. So what I'm going to try to do instead is get most of the rendering down. And then I'm gonna have to do a lot of quality checking and editing to try to get it to look good after that. Which art app are you using? Maybe something magical because you draw so good. I use Paint to Sai. Paint to Sai is kind of out. How should I say it? Out of fashion? I don't think that's the program of choice these days. I'm just old and lazy. Too lazy to switch. Ballistic biscuit. There goes my English skills. Thank you for donating $10. You are my dad. Is this a reference? I am not cultured enough to get it. The brush is awesome. Oh, I just noticed I was painting outside of her arm. Oh, right, because I am horrible at doing things on different layers, so the two arms are on the same layer. Alright, this is how this stream is gonna go. Is Clip Studio Paint the new Paint to Sai? If you mean the new Paint to Sai as in the new program of choice for manga artists, yes, I believe so. It's a Vine reference. Oh, okay. I didn't use Vine back in the day. I only watched Vines, and I also only watch TikToks on YouTube. Are those people who are posting it on YouTube even allowed to do it? I felt like they're just pirating everyone's videos for views. Thank you for donating. Saiga! Mom, notice me. Still wishing everyone a good night. Good night to you too, Saiga. Layers, how do they work? They seem to be just a contraption to confuse me. So I can't tell you. See, what is going on here? I don't know what is going on here. There's another layer. Okay, there it is. I was wondering why the line would not go straight. I was trying to use the eraser. Oh God. Barely got started and I'm already struggling this hard. How long have I been drawing for? 7 to 9-ish years for digital art. Okay. I'm just trying to remember which layer I have what. Thank you for donating, Alexis. I love the way you draw. I learn a lot from your hair tutorials, and I will continue to support you. Yes, I uploaded a hair tutorial sometime last week. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I struggled with that. It was a commission by Clip Studio Paint. Oh, thank you for donating. Oh, Sayak Vids. Thanks for drawing Calliope. Feels like a dream come true to see one of my favorite artists in VTubers draw another one of my most favorite VTubers. Also, I want to see Mori in your art style, as it would look cool. I'm glad to make your dream come true. Tell her how much that is in US dollars. I don't know how much it is in US dollars. Thank you for joining the membership, Yogi. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I am just cleaning up my messy shapes. As you can tell, I don't use line art when I'm painting. But what I do instead is I paint most of the values in shades, and then at the end, like here on her hair, you can see I did some selective lining to make some parts darker, and I do that at the end or near the end instead of before I start coloring. While I do more tutorials, I love your art style, so I want to learn from you. Hopefully, I mostly plan to do more drawings. I'm on break after next week, and I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use the break to be productive or if I'm gonna waste it like I usually do. Thank you for donating 7. I almost called you Svin. First time doing the super chat thing. Your art is very nice, and I wish you success. Thank you so much, 7. So, like, about 2 days ago, I almost spontaneously sat down and did a drawing But I changed my mind because I decided that, you know what, I'd rather spend my time taking 6 hours to do research on cat food. Guys, if I'm not productive during my break, I don't know, you guys should like come up with a punishment or something. But I'm hoping this piece will be the start of my comeback into the productive world. Thank you for donating, Yihao. Hello, Cecile. Can you talk about your color usage? Are you using low saturation colors for most of the part of your art? Which part of the art will you increase your saturation? So yes, I tend to use low saturation colors and low contrast on a lot of the parts of my art. And I use this strategy, I guess, or technique, because I think it makes whatever color that is there pop out and be more eye-catching than if the whole thing was just colorful. And for the parts that I like to increase the saturation for, it's typically the like one color that I want to stand out the most. For example, red. It's usually a very bright color already on its own. So it's already going to stand out, and having dull red just doesn't look the same. Or I put higher contrast and saturation on parts I want to emphasize, such as an area that is a bit covered. How should I say this? An area that is not directly... that's not like being washed out by the light, but not like faded out by the shadows. So like kind of an in-between area like that, I guess. I might have to stare at my own artwork to analyze what I'm doing, because I have no idea. And Rego, thank you for donating. Oh, wait. A while ago. Hello, Mom. I'm sorry, but it's actually my very first time being on stream. It's, what is that, 12:25 a.m. in your country, but I regret nothing. Thank you for joining the stream. No worries. You don't have to apologize. And welcome to the membership, Lemoose. I see you guys judging me for spending 6 hours on cat food. Look, I'm actually so confused about cat food. So, my first cat, I didn't really pay attention that much to what I was feeding her, but I'm trying to do better. And I think with cats, they prefer you to feed them wet food because they need hydration. But wet food is so goddamn expensive. I'm confused by how expensive it is, because I was doing research for 6 hours, right? And like the top of the chain, or what should I say? Top of the line, the top of the line dry food brands like Instinct. I don't know if you guys have cats or feed them good food, but Instinct is a top of the line dry food and wet food brand. Stumbling over my words because I was going to say Instinct is a dry food brand, but I remembered they sold wet food too. Thank you for joining the membership, Kirin. Yeah, so... oh, what am I doing? Drawing on the wrong layer. top of the line dry food is like $40 for like a 10-pound bag, or up to $50 or $60. And a 10-pound bag lasts like 2 months for one cat. So that's like $20 to $30 a month, and that's not bad at all, in my opinion. It's obviously a lot more expensive if you were feeding a cheaper food brand. But for wet food, it's like upwards of $100 to $200 a month for one cat, even for like the mediocre brands, like brands that people will say is unhealthy. And I'm like so confused because I did some research on feeding your cat raw food, and apparently it's not that expensive if you feed them raw food. I guess the trouble is really in preparing the food and having to spend time on that. So why would I feed my cat an expensive wet food that is not healthy instead of just a top-of-the-line dry food brand? Rachel, you have 4 cats. Wow, that's a lot of cats. You must be very comfy when you sleep at night. You can feed them a bit of both so the wet food lasts longer. Yeah, that's what I was going to do, but I didn't think it made sense to buy a very healthy dry food and then mix it with a more expensive, not healthy wet food. Like, what's the point of that? Cleaning up her thumb. You have a cat and you're confused about how expensive wet food is too. You can add some water to its food if you are worried about hydration. Yes. So I have 2 cats. I think I briefly mentioned this in my last stream, but I adopted a new kitten about 2 weeks ago. Thank you for donating, Yihao. Thanks for answering your long questions, Cecile. One more question. Did you study in art school or self-taught? Because your art is amazing. Heading to Patreon and giving a sub. I did not go to art school. I did self-teach myself, pretty much. I did have some art classes here and there because general education usually offers some art classes as an elective. For some reason, I remember in like elementary school, I really didn't like my art classes. Which is weird because you would think that I would like them since I'm good at it. But I do think I took some useful art classes in college as my electives that taught stuff like color theory. But I do have to say that you can easily find that type of information online as well. Thank you for joining the membership, Mario. So generally I hear lots of horror stories about art school, so I don't know if I can recommend it. I've never been myself, so of course I wouldn't be recommending it in the first place. But from what I heard, I don't know. When your school doesn't offer art. That's so weird. That's like not having sport teams. I feel like art is one of the electives that is just very popular, and most places will offer it. Hello, Star. As you can see, I've been working on this hand for an unusually long time. Because since everything is so low contrast, it's a little bit hard for me to get the values to look how I want. So sometimes to get the look I want, I would draw something in like a bit higher value than I would prefer, and then I would edit it to lower the contrast. Toilet-chan says, I hate art school. I wish I had an art teacher like you. I never know if I should read the chat in your perspective or I should read it like in third person perspective. Oh wait, no, second person perspective. But I don't know if I'm the best. I don't know if I'm the best person to teach you art. I still have a lot to learn. You can find a lot of information online. It's much easier. Yes, you can find a lot of information here on YouTube as well. Oh, so it looks like I tried to give her nails because I forgot that she had gloves on. Art school varies a lot depending on your teachers and classmates. I had a great time and learned a lot, but I also know people who've had terrible experiences. Well, at least now you guys know there's one person who enjoyed their experience. If I were to do art as a career, I would most likely want to be a freelancer though. So basically just do what I'm already doing, except more seriously and probably more often. I loved when I was still in art school because it taught me a lot about balancing fundamentals and stylization. And COVID, I would love to have Cecile as my art teacher because I wish I could draw like her. Yes, I know that some art teachers look down on stylization because they're like crazy about drawing classically, I guess that's how you would say it. But if you go to a good art school, they shouldn't. They should give you more freedom. Art is about self-expression after all. You guys are still making fun of me for using the microwave? The microwave is just convenient, okay? You can't diss the microwave. Unless you want to lead or work in big projects, freelance seems like the best possible choice. I think with freelance, you are taking a lot of risks in that there are a lot of people out there trying to freelance and having a super hard time with it, even after doing it for many years. Because as a freelancer, you have to be good at several things, not just art by itself. I was getting carried away with shading this arm and I was gonna cry if I drew it on the wrong layer. So what I mean is you... a little laggy. Alright. Give me a second. Trying to cool down my computer a little bit. Yeah, so like Jason said, freelancers have to know how to network So the other skill you have to be kind of really good at to be successful is marketing. And I think for me, marketing is something that I would say I'm alright at, but I know for a lot of people, they just don't have that. They just don't get that. And so it might be a bit harder for them. And I think a lot of people don't consider such things when they initially think that they want to become a freelancer. The lag is subtle. Loud? Am I loud? Wait, Saiga, am I too loud? Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? You're kind of late. Happy to see the stream is still going. I don't think you're late at all. I would say you're kind of either early or in the middle. So I tried to change up her outfit a little bit to be a little bit more elegant looking. So this area is gonna be kind of like lace. I'm not too loud? Okay, good. I think in my stream, my members in Patreon stream I did yesterday, I was a little bit too loud. No, it wasn't yesterday, oh my god. My timeline is all messed up. It was Wednesday. My computer is so weird, and I don't know if it is my computer or it's just, you know, how things should be. But when I wear my headphones, the volume that is like alright, that I want to listen to everything in, is 50%. And by the time when I unplug my headphones and use my speakers from my computers, I can have it at 100% and it still sounds a little bit too soft. Is that just me? Is that just my computer? Scaly lace pattern? Ooh, I don't really know how I would do that. Oh, you meant you guys can hear me now, clear and nice and louder than usual. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I put a bunch of random filters on my mic because like every other stream, I spend a couple hours messing with my audio again to try to see if I can make it better without investing in new equipment. And I guess something is working. What is my favorite color? My favorite color. I have several favorite colors. I like gray. That is one of my favorite colors in terms of just everything, I guess. Like I like light gray, not dark gray. I like wearing light gray clothing and I like light gray furniture. But in terms of drawing, I really like shades of teal blue, and I really like shades of, like, let me show you. I think it's kind of hard to describe. But like dark colors that are kind of neon, like that. No, that probably looks like a disgusting color to you guys. Alex says he likes a nice rich purple. Gray, what a surprise. Is it a surprise? I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. But if you're not, I don't know if you noticed, but I use a lot of gray in my artworks. I think I did this Draw 6 fan arts challenge, and I just colored the skin gray because that's my default when I don't want to think too hard about something, and since they were quick sketches, I didn't put that much effort into like making the skin look good, so it was straight up gray with some like pinker airbrushing on top. And a few people were confused. They were like, why are they gray? Why gray? Gray is calming, don't you think? You look at gray and you just feel calm. And it matches well with a lot of things. You just need to have contrast. Like, you can't wear gray and cream together. That's gonna look nasty. You just have to wear things that contrast against the gray. It has to be lighter or darker. I should stop dwindle daddling and just start using the blur tool to get this to look smooth. Because I have been lazing out, slowly working on this arm for who knows how long. You think gray is overrated? I don't know that many people who like the color gray, or at least consciously. Gray is nice because you can wear anything with it. Yes, absolutely. But other than gray, I do wear a lot of black because that's also very easy to pair. And I am lazy. I am a lazy dresser. I am starting to think I need a new prescription. I'm having a hard time seeing on my computer screen. Is this because of how much studying I'm doing? Gray is sexy. Yes, Yuchi, red is sexy too. Gray hair be looking kind of nice though. Thank you. Oh, I just realized I got rid of this layer. Don't even remember doing that. So before my stream, I was trying really hard to get my cat out of my room, because in the last 2 streams, I left him here and he was bothering my stream so much by jumping onto my table and sitting right in front of my face, so my model would be glitching out. But it was so hard to get him out of my room because he follows me everywhere. It's cute. I have to say, it's cute. But it can also be annoying when I'm trying to get him to be in a different room than the one I'm in. Thank you for becoming a member, Little Roses. You've never joined so fast. Color is just an illusion, but monkey is eternal. I love that meme. I love it so much. Thank you for becoming a member, Osamu Arian. Channel, are you a YouTuber? I mean, VTuber? I guess being a VTuber would make you a YouTuber as well. Welcome, Crimson. You're a whole hour late. No worries. That means you still have at least 1 hour remaining. You like dark red. Dark red is my favorite shade of red, so I agree. Absolutely. Imagine in the future where VTubers can have avatars for their pets that automatically work when they come within view. Yo, that would be so cute. What kind of technology would that take? Full body tracking of your pet. But without having to put any gear onto your pet, because that would just be strange. Thank you for joining the membership. Chai, I believe, or is it Chi? So I don't know if I saw earlier. Can you guys hear my stream alert sounds or not? I was looking at my older streams and I think I heard them. Like not my first few streams because I didn't have them on there. But I hate how slow Streamlabs is with updating the mini feed. Because I already miss stuff as it is. See, I don't think I saw... Hold up. I don't think I saw this one. I'm looking at my feed right now. Wait, I might have saw it. Okay, if I didn't see it, thank you Catnip Art for donating. Wait, did I see it? My memory sucks. You know, I think I'm actually kind of good at remembering things, but only semi-long term. I think my short-term memory sucks. Because, for example, I think I'm someone who doesn't have to study that much before I can remember stuff for an exam. Because whenever I'm talking with my classmates about studying, they always seem to be doing a lot more studying than I am. But I could be like trying to remember someone's name and then 5 minutes later, I don't even, can't even remember it anymore. First time watching my live. Welcome, Guitar. Being a VTuber is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. Huh, so what kind of abilities do I have? That sounds like the intro to a very strange superhero movie. I was just trying to draw a line here and I was using the blur tool. And I messed up my Streamlabs preview again. You pass exams without studying. I used to be able to do that. Now they just throw way too much information at us. Star Wars reference? If you guys try to use any reference with me, chances are I won't get it. You have the ability to have a soothing voice, incredible drawing skills, and being overall cool. I'm totally not cool. But thank you. I don't know what is happening here. I think I'm gonna try to give like a subtle shadow, which means I'm gonna have a darker line to indicate where the boob ends. I'm probably gonna have to pull up a reference of her. Wait, I'm confused. Okay. Looking at my sketch. So she has some buttons. I think there was a line that went down the middle. Rhino just casually bullying me every chance he gets. I see how it is. But that's alright. I am a proud egg microwaver. Just wanted to say your piece from The Cat Returns is really pretty. Baron looks so fierce. Thanks for drawing Callie. Thank you for donating. I'm going to mess up your name. Edian? Kind of reminds me of Adrian. But yes, The Cat Returns is one of my favorite Ghibli movies. I actually really want to name a cat Baron, but I felt like it would be a waste if it's not an orange cat. So that hasn't happened yet. I'm trying to find the layer that I did her skin, because I want to fix this little hole here. Huh. Why can I not find it? You see, I don't name my layers, so I just have to toggle through the visibilities every few minutes to remember what is what. Wait, did I just miss it? There it is. Apparently it's attached to her sleeve. You remember microwaving a chocolate pudding as a kid, and you thought it would turn into hot chocolate? How do you guys like your hot chocolate? I actually kind of think the blends you can buy from the store, they taste better with water instead of milk. I have a hate-love relationship with milk. Sometimes I am craving milk. That's very rarely, and I don't have confirmation, but I think I'm slightly lactose intolerant anyway. But as a kid, I hated milk. It was one of those foods that your parents forced you to drink or eat. since I said foods, I don't think there are many drinks that your parents force you to drink. Except maybe water? I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would make me mix my orange juice with like 50% water because she thought it was too much sugar. Cecile, you can Control plus click on your drawing for the program to auto-select the layer. I don't think it works for me. I don't know what I changed about the settings, but it doesn't work for me. But yes, I think I saw someone do that before and I was like, wait, I didn't know I could do that. Apparently I can't. Try soy milk. I love soy milk. I think the soy milk that they sell in the American supermarkets it's good, but it definitely has less of the natural soy flavor, and it's more about like the vanilla extract flavor they add to it. I prefer Asian soy milk brands. For sure. But my parents, they actually make their own soy milk. Never knew an android could be lactose intolerant. Thank you for donating, Bane Fairy. Yes. Unfortunately, I have that trait of a human. So for those of you who might not know, most of us are lactose intolerant because once you are an adult, you no longer need to be able to digest milk sugar. So you slowly lose that ability from when you were a child. But because of our need to drink cow's milk for nutrients, more of us are actually becoming lactose tolerant as an adult again, due to evolution, or should I say adaptation. You remember making saffron milk when you were L. It's a bit like a homemade pumpkin spice latte. Oh, I don't know what saffron milk is, but that sounds really good. Pumpkin flavor is generally pretty good. Humans didn't evolve to drink milk as adults. The lactose tolerants are the weird ones. Yes, exactly. I'm going to make a bot who is lactose intolerant. A weird scientist. That's definitely how things went down. You might have noticed the 3 topics that I cover in my streams tend to be food, cats, art or lack of art, and exams, but I have been trying to talk about that less because I realized every time I open my mouth, there's like a 50% chance the word exam will come out of it. But what can I say? That's just my life, my sad life. So back on the topic of food. Yesterday, I ordered like a whole bunch of Chick-fil-A, like enough for 2 meals. And that was the first time I ordered out since my undergrad years. And it was like, this is kind of sad, but it was one of the best meals I've eaten in a while. You know, sometimes that fast food craving just hits. The arm here looks a little bit strangely shaped. I also have to pay special attention to this area because And it's kind of one of those weird areas that has to look around in 3D, but it's kind of hidden under a shadow because it's a boob, but the arm is over it. And it's a little bit hard to make the shadow of the boob and the shadow of the arm on the boob work together. At least for me. Due to my lack of skill in this particular instance. Do I mostly cook my own food? No. No, I do. I mostly cook my own food, but I wouldn't call it cooking. Because if I can eat, if I can do half of the cooking with a instant food package, I will. You forgot you had class this morning. I think it was yesterday I had a class at 8 that they don't allow you to skip, and I just woke up from my alarm at 8 and I decided, nope, I'm not going. Turned off my alarm and went back to sleep. I don't know if they even check, like supposedly you get a consequence for skipping too many classes, but nothing has happened yet. Take a sip of water every time Cecile says boob. Hey, that's healthy. You guys should do that. More water. I have been drinking a lot of bottled water the past few days because I ran out of other drinks. And I have to say, finally I can stand up without feeling dizzy. I don't cook. I have to put all the ingredients in my stomach at the same time. What does that mean? You just eat everything raw? Is that what you're saying? Boob class now, like the previous armpit class. I do need to attend boob class. I tend to draw small, small boobs. You guys are having to take many sips of water right now. I tend to draw small boobs because I find hard boobs, big boobs, wow, really hard to work with. Like, where do you pet them? How do you fit them? Good night, guitar. Cecile has iron deficiency. Who doesn't? It's like the thing now, to be deficient in something. Usually, water, iron, or sunlight. Mine aren't small. I think that illusion is thanks to the riggers, to be honest. Thanks for joining the membership, Zazzy Vibes. I've been working very, very slowly on shading this piece, but I do think I've made some progress, so that's good. It will make it less intimidating for me to tackle later when I actually get serious and finish this. But if I try to concentrate any harder, I'm gonna be like talking every 15 minutes. Because when I concentrate, I get really quiet. Imagine being able to stand up quickly. What a mood. So, what is your guys' favorite fast food place? Right now, for me, I'm thinking maybe Wendy's, maybe for their burgers. Might just be me, but I don't think that any of the spicy chicken sandwiches are that great. I remember I was really looking forward to trying the Popeyes one. They were the place that was really hyping it up, right? And it was always sold out on Uber Eats. And when I finally was able to get it, I was like, yes, finally, because I love spicy food and everybody thinks this is so good. So this better be like an out of the world experience. But I didn't even think it was spicy. It tasted like an average chicken sandwich to me. You're a fan of Steak and Shake. I don't think I've ever been there. It's like one of those places that I see pass by when I drive past, but I never actually went. That and like Five Guys. I think for Five Guys, it might just be the name, but it really sounds like it's targeted towards adult men. Kind of sounds like a bar. But I think I've had Five Guys at an airport before. And it was like the worst service ever, but it might have just been the airports. You have this local fast food joint called Beef Chief that makes really high quality beef burgers and top-notch fries out of all fresh ingredients. That would be it for you. Sounds delicious. Any Asian restaurant? Would you call that fast food? I guess maybe Panda Express would be fast food. Kind of trying to remember the armpit skills I learned last time. Slow food. Yeah, it was probably the airports. I think I ordered 2 hot dogs and I was standing there for like 30 minutes and the hot dogs were smashed and small. It was so not worth it. Looks like my armpits still need some work. I don't even think it should be showing like this from this angle. But what do I know? All this food talk is making you hungry. It's making me hungry. I haven't eaten either. This is probably not healthy and you should probably not follow after my example, but I can go a whole day without eating, and that happens at least once a week because of my labs or my long days where I have to be somewhere for 5 hours. So I would wake up in time to go, which means I don't get to eat beforehand, which means I don't eat lunch. And then by the time I come back, I'm tired as hell and I don't make food until it's midnight. And so my only meal of the day happens at midnight in those instances. Hi Kendo, welcome. You're fasting? Like right now? Is that for a health reason or... Cecile, don't make me swim across the ocean to scout and force feed you. If you can make spicy food, I would gladly have you come do that. You made it to the stream. 3 a.m. gang, and your name is I am so sleepy. I bet you are sleepy. I kind of want to go back to working on that hand because it's looking a little bit crappy. But I was already working on it for so long earlier. I need to preserve the opacity in this region. Oh, of course. It's not helping because of my inability to color within the lines. And now I have to fix that. Hachima makes spicy foods, does she? Do I like K-pop? There was a period in like middle school where all my friends were into K-pop. And I listened to it along with them. But I don't think I was ever into it big time like they were. And the groups they listen to, I don't know if you guys will know them at this point in time because middle school was a while ago. But for example, Beast, I don't know if they are still making music. Alright, let's clean up this bracelet. At least there's something easy I can do. Would I ever draw a Gundam? What are those, mecha people? Technically speaking, I could. I don't know if I ever will. Because that is very far from the typical subject matters that I like to draw. Huh. I just remembered I was trying to smooth out this part of the shading on her arm. Because it kind of abruptly ended a little bit. And meanwhile, I might as well put a little bit more effort in the distinction between these two arms. Because right now they are kind of blending together. Do I think this is gonna be my longest stream? I don't know. My longest stream right now is probably 3 hours and 30-ish minutes. And this drawing, considering I'm already struggling on it a bit, it's a little bit intimidating to work on stream, which is why I'm going so slowly. So I might end at a comfortable time and then finish it off stream. But I am happy that the stream is forcing me to start working on this piece again, because I need something other than myself to force me to work on it, considering how hard I procrastinated. So her elbow was a little bit pointy. I need to round it out. elbows are always a little bit hard because in cartoon it's exaggerated, and in real life it's very much a round, shapeless blob most of the time. So it could be difficult to find a reference that you specifically think looks like the elbow you're drawing. Maybe you can look at some references for anime drawings and just hope that artist that you're looking at didn't make it up and they actually know what they're doing. You commissioned an artist to draw something that she maybe didn't care much about, and the results were meh. Yeah, that tends to happen when you're forced to do a drawing you don't have much passion for. So if you're trying to commission art, you might want to find an artist who already draws things that are similar to the look you're desiring for your character that you want to commission. Like, for example, with me, it's probably not the best idea to come to me with a super colorful, energetic and cute looking girl. Like, I could draw it, I guess, but it might not be like the perfect image that you're imagining, since I'm definitely going to have to put some of my style in there. Otherwise it's gonna look totally off-brand, and I don't know if you would be happy with that either. But I've definitely had commissioners who come to me with the weirdest characters that I don't think that makes me wonder, like, did they really think I could draw this well? But I guess sometimes people just don't think much about it. They're just like, oh, that's a good artist. That artist can probably draw anything. Do you use a simple soft brush with low opacity to blend, or do you use something else to blend the color? So because I'm lazy, I tend to use one brush to do all my coloring and shading, and that is this brush I'm using right now. I would describe it as a soft brush, but it's not very blendable. For example, like, I can do this, and then if I use red, it can, like, it's not very blendable. It will, if I press hard, it will cover up the black very easily. But what I do to blend is I would just manually color pick and slowly work the two colors together. And typically it doesn't look completely flawless from doing this because my brush isn't the best brush for blending. But I tend to like having brush strokes in my artwork. It gives it a more natural appearance, I guess. Like, less digital and more artwork-like. But some things, like skin, you really want skin to look smooth. So for those cases, most art programs have a blur function, blur brush function. And you could just easily do this. There you go. Let's get rid of this. Oh, apparently that's my limit. I was hoping I could get rid of the whole thing with Control Z. That was a very strange way to erase it. Oh god. I kind of think I made the arm look worse. So when you start off with drawing, you might want to focus on line work before you get into the blending part. But for those of you who find blending intimidating and you don't want to move out of the line art phase, I would just recommend you to try it. Have fun. It doesn't have to look good. Just try it out and eventually you'll get a feel for it. Thank you for donating, Marta. Kwiatkowska. And thank you for donating, Kumao Mila. I'm sorry, I always miss your donations. But I really appreciate it, and I do see it eventually, I'll tell you that. Like, I might miss it the moment you donated. But when I'm looking back at my mini feed, I will eventually see it. I don't think Kumamila is here anymore because he said that he's just stopping by. But I think I can thank him later in my server. I'm thinking I might have to start doing this arm on a different layer than the other arm because I want to use airbrush to start shading it. But it's hard to do that when it is bordering the other arm and they're on the same layer. Cecile, have you ever had an artwork where you looked back after a few months and you see mistakes? Oh, I don't need a few months to see mistakes. Give me like 48 hours. I think the way things usually go is I start drawing a artwork. I'm like, okay, this is feeling good. I like where it's going. And then I start having doubts and I think, okay, maybe this isn't a good idea, but I'm gonna keep going with it. And then I get to a point where I really like how it's looking and I feel really proud of myself and I'm super excited to finish it because I'm like, this artwork is gonna turn out so good. But then by the time I finish it, it's looking like shit again to me. It's at the halfway point, you kind of have expectations of how it's gonna look like, but because it's not done yet, you can imagine that's gonna turn out better than it actually does. So after I finish my drawing, I hate it for a while, and then I mess with it because I don't want to throw things away. I hate throwing away artworks. So I mess with it for a while until it's acceptable, and by that point, I've kind of just gotten used to the appearance. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is fine after all, and I convince myself that it's not bad. And then I post it, and then I start feeling proud again. I'm like, okay, I did that. I like the result. But then after 48 hours, I hate it again. That's usually how things go. Thank you for donating, Osamu. This looks amazing so far. I'm glad you think so. I think what I'm gonna work on next, so far into this stream, I've made some progress on her top and her arm. Although her hand looks not ideal at the moment, but I'm trying not to work on it because I worked on that for a long time already. So what I'm gonna do next is probably work on the lace area. The run layer again. Probably work on the lace area right here. And then work on her cloak a little bit. Look, on the bright side, it's more training for the future perfect you. If you're an artist, you'll know that you can never reach perfection in your own standards, because your standards will keep rising and rising. But you do have to look at the upside sometimes and realize, even if it's not perfect to you, a lot of people out there admire it and admire you as an artist and look up to your skill. Why is it sometimes it looks right, but when the canvas is flipped, it looks wrong? That is why you have to keep flipping the canvas to make sure it looks right both ways. Because the reason why that happens is generally because there's some sort of asymmetry going on with the face you're drawing that shouldn't be going on. For example, one eye is too high, but you didn't notice it because you're too used to looking at it from one angle. So when you flip it, it gives you a nearer view. You get to see it from a new perspective. So it helps a lot to flip. I like that on site, it's super easy to flip artworks. There's this button right here. Oops. My tablet glitches out sometimes. I don't know if it's just my tablet, but sometimes it double clips instead of single click. I know I said clip, not click. After maybe 20 more streams, I'll probably be better at speaking English. Maybe. Do I like chicken wings? I'm going to judge anyone who doesn't like chicken wings. What is not to like about chicken wings? Do you know what is my favorite type of way to have a chicken wing? It is fried, but it has to have like spicy dry rub on it. I don't know why not a lot of places make chicken wings like this. I know that there was this one wing place at the place I used to live, and they had like obviously a bunch of different flavors for wings, and I tried, you can like pair up different types of frying levels with different rubs or sauces, and I tried to pair up deep fried wings with one of the spicy flavors that they had, and I was expecting it to be dry rub because you can't really put a sauce like on a fried wing without it getting soggy. You have to dip it, right? But nope, they just covered my fried wings with hot sauce, and by the time I got it, it was pretty much not even fried wings anymore. It was just hot wings with some soggy crusting. I was so disappointed. You guys better stop talking about microwaved eggs. I know I did that to myself. Starting to regret it. Lythram says, I'm very sorry, I eliminated your message by mistake. Demoted. You always prefer dry rubs over sauce. So, something I don't really get is, what is it? Lemon dry rub? Like, what is it called? Something like that? I don't get it. It's always like way too sour for me. And I tend to be able to handle intense flavors. So I don't know how everyone else is enjoying it. I guess it might just be a me thing. Never tell the internet anything about you. They will drag out any joke forever. Yes, that is true. That is very, very true. Watch, in a month, you guys will still be talking about eggs. I'm gonna be even afraid to say the word egg. Lemon pepper, yes, that is what I was talking about. You want chicken now? I'm starting to think that I should order Chick-fil-A again tonight. I'm probably gonna order out again though. My fast food craving still has not been fulfilled. It'll go away just like the cheese. I don't even want to bring up the cheese. Thank you for becoming a member, Biozoso. You love sour things so much. You love lemon dry rubs. And sometimes you just eat lemon slices. I do love sour things. I don't know what it is about the lemon dry rubs. They're always like too sour. It's not too sour for you guys? Is it just that specific pepper that I don't have any tolerance to magically? What is my weight? You know you're never supposed to ask a woman their weight. Is that a thing? Still a thing? If I get tired of the egg joke, I have to say something else controversial. Pineapple on pizza. I think pineapple on pizza is something that society has accepted by this point. I think I said this before, but my favorite pizza flavor is veggie pizza. But it can't be a vegetarian pizza because a lot of times if you go with a vegetarian pizza, they also, I don't know, don't use a lot of cheese. For health reasons. So it just has to be a regular unhealthy pizza with a lot of cheese, just decked out with veggies on top of that. And I'll probably add chicken on top of that, so it's not even a veggie pizza anymore. So I don't even know what I'm doing right here with lace. Usually with lace, I just draw a bunch of little dots and hope that it comes out alright. So here, I don't know if it's gonna come out alright or not. We'll just see. And I might have to redo it later. God, all this talk of pizza and chicken. I'm about to end stream early so I can eat. So guys, other than food, cats, and art and exams, what other topics do you want to talk about? Thank you for becoming a member, August. What is this? You said you like pizza Chipotle? I don't think I've ever eaten like a fancy pizza. I don't even know what exactly a... Oh god, I'm gonna embarrass myself. What is it called? Mediterranean pizza? Is that even the correct way to say it? I'm thinking about one of those like really popular pizza flavors. I don't even know what it's what is on it. I'm like googling it right now. I mean, Mediterranean pizza exists. Might not be exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, so I think I meant a margarita pizza. Like, what is even on it? Yes, margarita pizza. Thank you for becoming a member, Cringe Slit. I'm trying to see, so I accidentally kept talking about food. I'm trying to see what other topics you guys brought up. Geopolitical tensions between Zimbabwe and Madagascar. What about music? People who sleep with socks are psychopaths. Okay, so Mediterranean pizza apparently is seafood pizza. And margarita is basil, mozzarella, and tomato. That sounds pretty basic. Sounds good though. Okay, for music, I like any music, says the snake, as long as it's good music and isn't too focused on vocals. Oh, that is interesting. Somebody else said, Rachel said, I live for vocals in music. I personally think vocals in music is more... I do like it more as well. I think music without vocals... I don't know, I guess I'm just more picky about it. It's because something I like to pay attention to when I'm listening to music is the lyrics. Like if there are good lyrics, the music is like 10 times better. But in terms of vocals, I really like it when there's a lot of harmony layers. And I like when the song is super dynamically mixed and not compressed, not like super compressed, which I know a lot of people like that style when it comes to like rock and metal. Lo-fi playlists is a mood. Yes, they are. I also occasionally listen to those. But what I listen to more is like what are those relaxing music for sleep and stuff like that. And it's ambient music. I like those a lot. Once I paid a subscription for one of those sleep apps that has music and like bedtime stories, or not really bedtime stories, just stories. When I say bedtime stories, it sounds like it's targeted at 5-year-olds, but it's not. So they're just people reading stories in very calming voices, ASMR-like. And I think it actually did help. It did help me sleep. But I did eventually cancel the subscription because it's expensive as hell, and I'm stingy. Do I know the song Feel Something? I'm probably not. I don't think I know that song. But it does remind me of the other song, Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You. It's not the name of the song, but that's like the only part of it I know. You can't stand most rap songs because the vocals are just so off to the instruments. Sadly, that's a problem for most raps. Oh, really? I do like listening to rap, but I like it when there's a really strong rhythm. I know that some raps, like you're saying, the vocals seem a little bit off to the instruments, but when there's a rhythm and the rap matches that rhythm, it's so satisfying to listen to. The stream delay is considerable. So I'm still not too sure about how to improve the delay. I know somebody recommended an Ethernet cable, which I have. I know somebody said to edit my latency in the settings. I tried doing that. Somebody said it might be too high, so I made it lower. It used to be 6,000, and I made it 5 or 4,000, I can't remember. But I don't know if it actually helped at all. Your drawing tutorials are really helpful, thank you. Thank you for watching them. And I speak Japanese. I only know very little bit of beginner Japanese because I took like 2 classes in college. I don't really want to try speaking it right now because it's gonna be really embarrassing. What do I think about traditional music? What do you mean by traditional music? Do you mean classical music? Or is that totally different? Hello, Hakasi. Wait. I think I totally forgot to mention this. Either that or my memory sucks. But I was using a different music. Wait, did I mention this? Guys, tell me if I mentioned me using a different music in my just chatting screen. Right now it's not playing. But if you guys were here in the beginning of my stream, did I mention that I had new music? Japanese is fun to study, I agree. Something about Japanese that is really nice is that the pronunciation is usually very straightforward. Thank you for donating Sayak vids. Wow, you really put a lot of time and effort on the details. More like I am procrastinating on moving forward to another part of the drawing. But yes, sometimes I do like to put a little bit too much effort in the details. And only sometimes does it pay off. So I could be working on the details for like 5 more hours than usual. And then I zoom out and I look at it and I realize it didn't make much of a difference at all. But sometimes adding like really thin seams to the clothing, it adds a lot more detail, especially if the clothing is really simple as it is. So it really could be just how much detail there already exists. Like if you think it looks too simple, you might want to go in and add like really small details just to give your artwork a little bit more of a kick. But if there's already a lot of details, you don't need to I mean design-wise, a lot of details in the design. You don't have to add super small like rendering details. So apparently I didn't mention the new music, but you guys didn't know this. Yes, this is what it looks like so far. I have been working on the arm lace area. Not entirely done here yet. Looks a little bit weird. So just for a second, yeah, it looks a little bit weird. I think I'm gonna get rid of some of these lines. It looks good, thank you. Just for a second, I'm going to go back to my just chatting screen to show you guys the music. Like, that's a little bit easier than me importing the music into this stream screen. But right after I try to fix this arm, and probably pull up a reference for lace in the future. All right. As I was saying, here's some new music for those of you who weren't here in the beginning of my stream. Let me make it a little bit louder for a second. 1 second. Thank you for donating a ballistic biscuit. Biscuit. I keep saying biscuit wrong. Procrastination perk. Oh. Okay, I noticed Shiro donated a while ago, which I missed, but I'm gonna read that in a second. Procrastination perk. Your anxiety prevents you from continuing without extra mental fortitude, but recovers stamina faster. Plus 10 stamina, plus 25% stamina regen, negative 20 speed. Interesting fact. So I guess I received this perk from how badly I procrastinate. Alright, and Shiro donated 10 minutes ago. Thank you, Shiro. Just tell me if I am close, Mom. I think you have 43 kg or 94 pounds. Everyone join and let's tip Mom. What? For my weight? 94 pounds. I guess if you're living in Asia, that is normal. Asians are skinny legends. Thank you for joining the membership, Hizuri Osa. Oh, so as for Shiro, I wouldn't really say you're far. Yeah, that's my answer. Yes, so for this music track, I did commission Isaac for some lo-fi tracks. I was asking for like darker, more mellow tracks, but then he made this one because he was inspired by one of my videos. So this is more of a upbeat lo-fi track from Isaac. Hector says 94 pounds is almost considered malnourished in the States. Yes, it is considered underweight for sure in the States. Oh, Kumamila, you're still here. Good night. I did thank you for your donation very late to when you donated, in case you missed that. But I do think there are some different standards or even like norms for how heavy you should be as an Asian, because we are pretty small in stature. And I remember in high school, the doctors said that I was underweight for my weight compared to my age group. But like, if you literally look at pictures of me, I was pudgy. I was definitely pudgy. Okay, this lace isn't exactly looking like lace. I'll try to fix that up sometime after my stream, probably. Depends on how tall you are and your gender. Yes, those are factors as well. And I do think that Asians kind of tend to go crazy with their dieting. Like what is accepted as dieting in Asia. And some of them are unhealthily too skinny. So to make me feel like I did a little bit more work, I'm gonna go ahead and include the buttons. So just off my memory, they're gold colored, and I hope I'm not wrong. But I'm pretty confident. Right, so the reason why I'm not using that upbeat lo-fi track here in this screen is because I don't really think it fits this drawing in particular. But that track will be really useful to have when I'm drawing something that is not so depressing looking. Gaining weight as muscle can help with being underweight. Yes, guys, don't be like me. You guys should exercise. I know that you're supposed to feel more energetic after you exercise, but I don't think I've ever experienced that. I will go out for like a 30 minutes walk with my dog, my family's dog. I usually don't live with a dog. And I will come back tired as hell, and I wouldn't be able to do anything for the rest of the night. I don't know if that's normal. You listen to my stream while you do your final paper. Good luck on your final paper. Papers were like the bane of my existence in high school, and I'm so glad I don't really have to write them anymore. Now, for me, it's just exam after exam. Wow, this looks a little bit creepy, doesn't it? With my sketch layer on. Yeah, I guess a button would be showing a little bit on this side as well. Which means I kind of have this misplaced a little bit since they're looking a little uneven. Indoor person, rise up. I tried to do a thing once where I would be like running on the treadmill and I would try to put Netflix on my phone in front of me so I could watch Netflix while exercising. It didn't work out too well for me. Like, it wasn't that enjoyable. Couldn't enjoy the Netflix at all, and kind of just made it feel like watching Netflix was the torture. Because I know like how long the episode is and how far I am in. And I think it's easier to exercise when I don't know how long I have been doing it. You kind of just want to get carried away and lost in the zone, and then it becomes easy after that. As a deadbeat, do you wonder if I plan to show Callie my artwork? I don't know if I can like force her to see it. But I am gonna post it on Twitter with the hashtag. I think she did see the working process of it. If I recall, she favorited that. That was 2 months ago. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit more detail to these buttons. Which means they're gonna be a little darker. I'm just gonna make them reflective like gold. I usually really like drawing gold objects. Like, even though sometimes it's hard to get to look right, so once you do get it to look right, it's just very beautiful and it adds a lot to your piece. Having something reflective. And it doesn't even have to be gold. I think if you're just drawing a metal thing in your artwork, if you get that metal to be looking perfect, it's gonna add a lot. Or gems, or just anything that has a lot of shiny colors. You should finish your Callie working processes. Yes, everyone. Finish your working processes. We want to see that gorgeous artwork. You wish it rained in your place, and Roar says it's raining now. Rain is nice if you don't have to go outside. It's really comfy to be sitting inside. Wow, it's raining. Kind of feels like an off day. Or maybe that feeling is just because sometimes stuff gets cancelled because of the rain, like school, and then it is an off day. So you just associate rain with such things. Back from the dead, what did I miss? You missed me spending 2 hours very slowly working on this artwork and only progressing a little bit. I'm still proud of myself nonetheless, because a little bit is better than nothing. You love listening to the rain by the window. Yes, same. You know those YouTube channels that upload things like listening to this song, but it's in the other room and it's raining. And it's just a song in like kind of soft and really poor audio quality. And it's actually like so nice to listen to it that way. It's really nice. You guys should search it up. Search up stuff like that if you haven't heard it before. Kind of gives you like a nostalgic feeling. I'm gonna try to make this gold piece on her, what is her outfit even called? It's just a dress, I guess. I'm gonna try to make it look a little bit three-dimensional. Your school only gets cancelled when there's heavy snow. Alright, maybe school doesn't get cancelled because of rain. Maybe I'm just thinking it gives me an excuse to skip. And I'm talking about like in college where I have to walk to class and I never have an umbrella. So I just felt very inclined to sleep in when it's raining. Even typhoons got nothing on your school system. Oh, wait, I just recalled. So where I'm at, school does get cancelled when it rains, but only if it's raining because of a hurricane. And half the time, the hurricane isn't really a threat at all. It's just passing by or whatever. So it's just heavy raining for a couple days. And technically we could go to school, but I guess the school might get in trouble if they try to force us to be out there in unsafe weather conditions. So several times school would get cancelled. I don't have an umbrella. I don't know why, but I always lose my umbrella. Any plans to make or sell a digital tutorial book? Oh god, I don't think I am qualified enough as a teacher to make a whole book about how to draw. I think I'm gonna get a bunch of haters if I should try to do that. Do I have an angry face? I have a very subtle frown. And I think that's the closest you're gonna get to an angry face. And this is it. I don't know if you guys could even see that. Pathetic. So with gold, a lot of times between the light and dark colors, there's a super saturated color. I think. I haven't looked at much references for gold recently. My Vtuber models, the most expressive? I really doubt that. I didn't try very hard at all on my expressions. So I only have one expression, which is blush. And I never... Okay, so I did this because I didn't think I could ever actually use expressions. It would just be like a cute thing to show off once in a while, but I couldn't actually use them while streaming because I can't imagine talking and in the middle of talking, clicking a button to make an expression, right? And I guess it was right because I don't even use my my blushing expression, the one expression I have. You felt like you did something horrible when I made that face. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll never make that face again. The blush. I actually changed my shortcut button, so if I don't know if I have the right one. Here it is. Hazukashi. It's very subtle too. Thank you for becoming a member, Fernando Lopez. And I don't remember if I thanked you, Reslin. So thank you, Reslin, for becoming a member as well. Do I make VTuber model commissions? Thank you for becoming a member, Arva the First. Is there an Arva the Second? Or are you anticipating an Arva the Second? I kind of do VTuber model commissions, but I only did one so far, and then I kind of dropped off the face of the earth in terms of artwork. So if you really wanted a VTuber model, like right now at this moment, or even in the upcoming next few months, it's probably better to bet on a different artist. I don't think I'm that reliable. The Snake says, there's a VTuber you've seen which probably has the greatest face tracking ever, Snuffy. The prime example for 3D modeling. Yeah, there are some 3D models that just look so good. And it makes me want to get one too. I know I'm 2D right now, for those of you who don't know. But the thing is, you have to wear like headgear and tracking gear, and I already can barely get in front of my laptop and set up my phone to capture my face for the live 2D rigging. So that will probably not happen unless some future Cecile becomes very motivated to have a 3D model all of a sudden for whatever reason. Goodbye, Atrix. 2D is better than 3D. If you're talking about 2D waifus, I agree. If you're talking about models, I think it's really hit or miss with both. Like you need a really good modeler just as you need a really good artist in rigger. And that there are varying qualities for both. Michael says 2D is vastly cheaper from what you are aware. From what I have seen, it might have been a while. Like a few months ago, I was doing research on this because I was looking for a rigger. 3D seemed cheaper, but recently it seems like a lot of people are starting to get onto the 3D train, so maybe it is more expensive now. But yes, a big reason why something is priced the way it is in the freelance world has a lot to do with demand. 1D enjoyer. See, with 3D animation in general, I tend to like it better than 2D animation these days, just because of how high quality 3D animation has gotten for movies. And I know that some animes are incorporating 3D, or I guess most modern animes are, because it's easier for them to animate that way. But I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I think that they haven't really quite got it down yet. Like, it could still use some work. Don't kill me. First Vtuber is the annoying orange. Yeah, like, what do you guys consider a Vtuber is? Because technically, there's tons of people on YouTube already who use avatars to represent themselves. It doesn't have to be rigged, it doesn't have to be using live 2D. If they're using an avatar and they're like kind of role-playing as that character, and they make videos, like they don't even have to stream. Do you consider that a VTuber? It's like, I kind of do. I consider them VTubers. So technically, there has already been lots of VTubers. But for the whole trendiness, so I noticed that a lot of 3D modelers, they just reference the 2D version of the character if that exists. Like if the person already has a 2D model and they go to a 3D person, they go to a 3D modeler artist, what is English, to make them a 3D model. It usually looks very similar to the 2D one, and I'm pretty impressed by how close that modeler was able to replicate the details. You want to see me play Detroit Become Human? I love that game. I didn't play it, but I watched the playthrough. I watched the entire playthrough and several of the endings. Is that on PC? I don't even know. So sometimes I turn my computer onto silent mode because I do think my audio sounds better when I am on silent mode. But if it's lagging or anything, just say so and I'll try to cool my computer down. Which kind of sounds like I'm physically fanning my computer or something like that, but no, I just turn it off silent mode so the fans can go at a faster rate. So Detroit Becomes Human did get ported to PC. It's on the Epic Store. I see. Epic Store, huh? I'm gonna move on from that little gold piece on her dress to the gold button instead. Would you consider playing Soma? It's a horror-ish game with a rather thought-provoking story about AI and humans, and where the line between the two blur. Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up. If the visuals are good, I might be sold. I might care a little bit too much about visuals. What should cell fans be called? I made a poll about this a couple of weeks ago, and you guys settled on data bytes, which you can see in my membership title. If you join my membership, it says "Welcome to Data Bytes," which is a strange grammar, so maybe I should change that. So Symbisodes. You know, I low-key love the trolley fan names. That, like, is a pun for something bad. But I also feel really bad to actually call you guys it. But like deadbeats, for example, that is so genius. Someone has a great game you can recommend. Have you ever played Alter Ego? It's a mobile game and I highly recommend it to you if you haven't played it already. It explores the Freudian psychoanalysis and the complexity of the human mind. That does sound right down my lane. Alter Ego. I'll have to keep that in mind. Buttons look amazing. Oh no, they're not looking too buttony at the moment, but I'll try. I remember that her real buttons have some texture on it, but I don't think I ever got a super close look at them, considering how small they are. Why isn't Dumpling a mod here? Whoops. I guess Dumpling could be a mod here. Dumpling is one of my Discord mods. It's just so hard for me to... Wait, can I do this? No, I guess not. I have to be like directly on YouTube to be able to make someone a mod just based off of their name in chat. It's kind of annoying because I do close Google when I'm streaming. Roses fit her? I guess the buttons don't really have roses on them. I just made that up. Okay, they look alright from far away. I can say that. This one is kind of far off in the shadows, so it's gonna be very dark. And then I'll add a little highlight spot. Just to make it gleam a little bit. Good night, Jumblo. This is the faux picture. I still have some work to do. Thank you for becoming a member, Alex. Fun fact and kind of random, but I was talking to a guy named Alex yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna add a shadow under this gold piece. and the taller areas of the gold piece will cast a stronger shadow. And I'm actually going to, so this part of her cloak, it's not a mistake. It's supposed to be like ripped cloth. So I'm gonna add a shadow for that. I'm gonna extend the shadow of her torso a little bit further to the back. I tend to go very lightly on my shading until the end, and then I'll add whatever I think is necessary to balance out the contrast of the piece. Now I just need to find, okay, I found it. I almost lost this layer. How badly organized my layers are. That was a really silly place. I should put it here. Thank you for donating Justice for Joggers. First time coming in and I see armpits. You also see boob. Very nice. Can't wait to see how you finish the shading. I believe I will finish this piece. Oh god, I would say next week. But next week I have exams. Kind of finals week right now for me. And depending on how badly I procrastinate on studying, I might not finish it by next week. I'm gonna do my best, okay? I can't decide if I like the way the buttons look or not. But I think they also need a shadow. In fact, I'm gonna make the boob shadow darker. Sometimes I like to have a darker outline around the shadow, just to emphasize it a little bit more. But it could get confusing with like the actual solid objects if your outline of your shadow is too stand out-ish. So just be mindful of that. Thank you for donating again. Hashtag Justice for Joggers. If you fail, you can always commit arson. That escalated very quickly. So when you're putting a shadow on a round object, such as this, you kind of want to keep in mind the roundness and have the shadow follow it. Another thing that tends to look good is having kind of an orange shade at the edge of your shadows. Make sure it matches the value of the shadow, or is in between the value of the shadow and the object the shadow is on. But sometimes sunlight has this effect, if you noticed. As a college student, you find it hard to have time to draw. Do you have any tips for keeping up with your passion? I don't know. I also find it hard to find time to draw, or more like I prefer to use my time doing more relaxing things when I'm too stressed out. I guess if I were to like try my hardest to give you tips, something that works for me, that keeps me a little bit more productive when I'm really trying, is drawing simpler artworks, like sketches, rather than trying to have a full-blown drawing every single time you put down your pen. Sketches tend to be less stressful, and you can also get them done faster, so it helps a lot with productivity. I'm putting a bigger shadow on this side of her abs, so the abs look more three-dimensional. Okay. Don't be too harsh on me about lighting, by the way. I know that my lighting can be very convoluted at times. But hey, if it looks good, it works. You have the opposite problem. Are you talking about my productivity? You mean you're too productive? The abs. Let's go. So this line in the middle is not exactly the ab for her lines. It's actually a seam on her clothing. But it can kind of function as both. But I'm gonna make it more obviously a seam by adding, oops, that's too light, a little bit of a highlight on one side. First time here, and you really like how elegant my art looks. Welcome, Alex. Just zooming out to check it out from a distance. I'm gonna put a stronger shadow on the side of her chest. And I'm gonna use multiply to do that, because that is the easiest way to add a shadow on top of your existing shadows. Not mess up what you already have. I think I'll just have this whole boob under the shadow. I also want to avoid having this parallel line right here, because that tends to look kind of bad composition-wise. And I'm going to include a shadow for the staff she is holding. By 0. This is amazing. Your art is inspiring. Thank you, guys. FBI. The FBI found me. So that shadow is meant to be the shadow for the staff. And as I said before, I'm going to add a more orange color to surround it. And then I'm going to use the blur tool to blur it out. But only very slightly. For some beginners, I tend to notice that they might use too much of the blur tool when it comes to shading, and it could turn out to be a blurry mess. It's your first time here too, and I can't believe you read my Detroit Become Human comment. Welcome, Callie Candy, and I try my best to read the comments. Sometimes I get carried away with what I'm doing, and I forget to look. Water is a poisoning thing. We could die from drinking it when you say booba. Alright, well, how much are you drinking? I will certainly get something to eat by the time my stream ends. You love how calm chat is. Yes. Thank you, chat, for being calm. Unlike Discord chat. Discord chat is always crazy. I'm kind of hyper fixating on the black on her clothing in this stream. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to make the arm look better. If I can figure out which brush to use. Apparently I was on the blur tool again. And this arm in the background needs to be significantly darker. Obviously not this dark, but give me a second. I'm working on it. Welcome to the membership, Precious Shun. Shiro says, we are not crazy. Come on, you have to admit it. He's talking about Discord chat. So let's lighten this up a little bit. And in fact, I want the darkest part to be darker than her boob, but I want the lighter part to be lighter. So I'm gonna use the airbrush and remove some of that color. That is looking a little bit better. How do you join membership? The join option has never showed up for you. Huh, I wouldn't know about that. That's interesting. I've never heard someone say that before. I don't know what it is. It might be a Discord, a YouTube thing. Maybe your location has to do with it. Thank you for donating, Sayak Vids, again. You've been very generous to me this stream. Queen drawing another queen. Did I take a photo of myself for reference? I can't remember, but I do think I took a photo of my arm for the reference of this outstretched arm. But I'm not even looking at it right now, so might as well not have. Looks like Cecile with pink hair. Yeah, that's just my art style. I tend to draw women very similarly. I tend to have a little bit more variety when I'm drawing male characters. But with women, I have my tastes. Let's shade this bracelet, just because we're already working on this area. Oh, so apparently on mobile the join option isn't there. Looks like Kelly holding her hand out for a handshake. Yes, maybe that's exactly what she's doing. Are you gonna take her hand? How did I find my own art style? I think when it comes to this question, I would tell you that everyone has an art style because it is just the combination of everything you like in other art, what you like to see, all combined together. And some people might have similar tastes to each other, hence a similar art style. But there's always something unique, I bet you. Unless that person is just, trying super hard to mimic someone else's art style. Sometimes that happens. Looks like she's trying to take you to the afterlife. Pull me to hell. I'm glad you guys got what I was going for with this. Because that's exactly what she's doing. Trying to make the bracelet look a little bit shiny. I guess that's good enough for now. Welcome to the stream, Lily. No, you didn't miss it. At least not all of it. Let me work a little bit more on this hand. I think what I really need here is just some dark lines around the fingers. And to lighten out some of these harsh shadows. It's really... you don't have that many shadows on your hand, especially if you're wearing black. Maybe I'm wrong. Hi, LexVib. Mori art is finally with color? It had color before. I guess more color now. Quick tip, when you're drawing these lines that are supposed to be the finger bones, digit bones, phalanges, make sure they are like facing like converging towards one direction. Sometimes I forget to do that as well. But also make sure it follows the shape of the palm as well. Palm, the hand. This is not a palm. I will be calling the ceiling the roof sometimes, just to let you guys know. That's how my vocabulary works. They're so glad you made it. I inspire you. You hope to see more content from me. Thank you for coming, Ruth. I hope to make more content as well. This finger is looking a little bit off. Sometimes my fingers are too thin, so I have to keep that in mind. The details look nice. Thank you. I should be done with outlining the fingers very shortly, and I'll try to move on to the cloak. And after I get the cloak to be looking somewhat decent, I'll probably end the stream since we have hit the 3 hours mark. I would say that I am happy with my progress, but I might change my mind after I give it a good look later. But right now, I'm optimistic. I mean, for 3 hours, it's certainly not a lot of progress. But regardless, I just tend to draw slower on stream. Oh, I did not do live 2D myself. I have a rigger, he's in the description, but I did tweak it myself. I initially wanted to learn live 2D myself, but what is time? I do think if I were to ever make any additions to this model, I would go ahead and do it myself, since I do have that very brief experience with Live 2D, the software, from tweaking my model. You can't go far without anatomy. If you want to do figure drawing, yes, you do need to learn anatomy very well, and it can be pretty difficult at first. But eventually, you'll be able to have at least a few poses in your muscle memory, and you can extrapolate from that knowledge to be able to draw other poses. But using references is always a good thing when it comes to anatomy. There tends to be something about anatomy that you just still haven't learned yet. Since the way our body turns and twists can be very odd. Yes, since I'm chatting on stream, I'm drawing slower. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Kingcraft. I always, I'm like bouncing between calling you Kingcraft, King, or Kingu. Which one do you prefer? Gonna add a little bit more details to her knuckles. You never thought about using blur. You learned something. The blur tool could be a double-edged sword. If you get too carried away with it, it can mess up your drawing. But it is a very easy way to get something to look smooth. Thank you for joining the membership, Ching. I definitely pronounced that wrong because I was look, I was trying to my brain couldn't decide if I wanted to completely mispronounce it, like English, the English way, or go with like the Chinese way of pronouncing it. I guess it should be more like Qin. Thank you, give Betsy some head pats. I will give Betsy lots of head pats. You want to know how do I shade and what brushes do I use? I use mainly 2 brushes, and they are available on my Gumroad, or you can subscribe as a patron and get them too that way. Although if you want them immediately, you can go with Gumroad. Since on Patreon, you're gonna have to wait until I post a reward. The good thing about Patreon, though, is it would be cheaper than Gumroad in the long run, since when I post my Patreon rewards on Gumroad, they're a little bit uppriced. Can I speak Chinese? I think you guys asked me this several times, and once I did respond in Chinese. But my Chinese is not that good, so I can't really have a full conversation with you in Chinese. Self-promotion, yes, I gotta get it in there. This is my first time watching your stream and I enjoy it so much. I couldn't help but join the membership. Thank you for joining. Tuna donated $5. Thank you for donating. VTubers are cringe, bro. You're still donating, bro. Also, I just remembered that somebody wanted me to draw Tuna getting bonked. And I will definitely do that. I probably do that at the end of the stream because it's gonna be really quick. It's not gonna take long at all. And then I'll post it in my server. I don't speak Chinese either, so it's alright. Are you Chinese, or are you just making me feel better? Everyone who is in my server seemed to be excited about Tuna getting bonked. Thank you for joining the membership. Sweet rotten weed. What an interesting username. You probably know more Japanese than Chinese by now, and you're half Chinese. Said like a true weeb. Felt like the shadow on her hand is just too harsh. I think it's alright now. Well, this area of the thumb is still a little bit weird. I think the thumb has a tendon in the middle actually. So let me try to get that. You're half German and can't speak any Chinese, but you find that to be normal. So I'm guessing you're half German, half Chinese? Is that what it is? Thank you for donating, Jamie. I love your art. It really motivates me to draw. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. I'm glad you're motivated. I'm gonna motivate you guys so you guys can put out more artwork than I ever will. The thumb is just getting worse. But that's alright. I'll save this issue for future me. Just gonna make it look decent by now. No, just half German, not Chinese. I was confused because you were talking about being German and speaking Chinese in the same message. When you only understand Cantonese and I was completely confused with Mandarin. Yeah, the two dialects are pretty different, aren't they? Yes, I only know Mandarin. There are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Fushimi, why did you leave this to me? Yep. But that's alright. I just don't want to suffer now. I will let future me complain. What are the dimensions of the drawing? I'll check for you in a second. I'm just suddenly once again unsatisfied with the appearance of this arm. Okay, let's see. This canvas is 5,000 times 3,000, or around there. Love the art. Thank you, Alturu. So what I want to do is the part with the lace. I'm going to give it a little bit more shadows there, because that part is looking very flat. Relaxing stream. That's good. That's what I'm aiming for. That is a big canvas. I know of people who use bigger. Sai can't really handle too big of a canvas though. Another downside to Sai. So that was kind of an accident, but not really. Because I did want to add more shadows here. I'm just gonna have to clean it up. So I would rather say the canvas size I use is pretty average. Now I just need to use the blur tool on the other side. And then clean it up some more with an airbrush. Huh. I did not mean to do that. I meant to use airbrush on negate, so it's actually transparent. I'm glad I might be in your top 3. Okay. So as you can see, that added a little bit more dimension to the arm. And I actually want a little bit more dimension on the bottom here. So I'm gonna make it go a little darker. I'm gonna have to extend this onto the skin too, by the way. Don't forget, when you're shading one object, the shadow has to extend to all the layers that should be affected. There's something about paint to side that you don't get. Why is the white paintbrush? Why does the white paintbrush make it blurry? Does it? Don't quite know what you're talking about there. Okay, now for the skin. Oh, that's too dark. Let me just use the airbrush here. I find it a little bit hard to get skin shading right, but it tends to be more about the colors you use and less about the actual shading. As long as your shading is smooth, it should be fine. You see people abuse airbrush a lot. Yes, me too. Especially with people who might not really have that much experience with shading. Sometimes they think airbrush is the easy way to go. But just because it's smooth doesn't mean it looks good every time. Thank you for becoming a member, Yif Master. This isn't her real voice. This is unfortunately my real voice. I mean, I tend to think I sound like a 12-year-old prepubescent boy. Okay, so there's this hand that I have yet to touch. Shading tutorial. So it depends on what exactly is being shaded. That could cover a lot of topics. You can tell the art has a lot of depth. I'm glad you can tell already. I'm gonna try to add more by the time I finish. Thank you for becoming a member, Tomo Fumi and Moonfishu. don't know if that's supposed to be moonfish. Thank you for the compliments on my voice. I can still barely listen to myself talk, but I'm slowly getting used to it since I have to look back at my streams, either to see if I can clip something or just to check the quality. I think that is so normal. It's very hard for anyone to listen to their own voice. I mean, I guess, unless you're busting with confidence. Thank you for becoming a member, Vampiric Hyena. I think there's been quite a few members joining this stream. So thank you guys. How old am I? I'm in my 20s. You thought you missed the stream, but you didn't. You just woke up to join an ASMR stream in the morning. Nice. Also, will you draw other VTubers besides Callie? Probably. I'm actually not too sure about what I should draw next. Other than I'm gonna draw a piece of my own character. There's that, but other than my own character, I don't really know what to draw. So maybe you guys can give me a few suggestions. Oh. I just realized this arm is attached to the skin. The skin layer. Great voice for the age? What does that mean? What? Like, should I be sounding older? 20 isn't old. 20 isn't that old. Or do you mean I sound older? Kingu says, listening to your own voice did feel weird until you got used to it. Yep. I think that's a process we all have to go through. Virgil. I don't know what washed up means. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Oh, I keep forgetting that I'm drawing on the same layer as the skin. Ina. I drew a sketch of Ina once. It was kind of a quick sketch though. You can probably find it on my Instagram if you scroll down. Because Instagram is a lot easier to find art than it is on Twitter. With all the random stuff I post on Twitter. Can I do an anime villainous voice? I'm not a voice actor. I don't even want to try. It's gonna be cringe AF. Yoshi? Maybe. Her character looks really nice. I do really like her character. Bye, Mochi. Honey is like the prime age. Nobody wants to admit it anymore once they're 30. Okay, I lost her hand. Okay, here it is. This hand. It needs some work, but it's getting there. Toa. I wonder what character is that? Data beats. Neat. I guess there are some data beats in the chat right now. Alright. I have this weird thing going on with my layers. This Poe is on a layer on top of her hand and not below it. Because, unfortunately, I wanted to keep the hand on the same layer as the other hand. And, has something to do with the face. I don't particularly know why the Poe layer is above those layers. The stream starts buffering randomly for you. Time to start fanning my PC. Can you guys tell me how often that happens? I'm gonna give it 5 seconds, and then can you guys tell me if it's better? Because if it is better, then I know what is causing the issue. And if it's not better, I might end the stream soon, since we are already at 3 hours. YouTube not doing okay. Okay. So I'm guessing it might not be a me issue. Can you guys hear me at least? I might just go onto YouTube and talk to you guys in the chat, because I'm thinking that you guys can't even hear me right now, clearly. Oh, we're back? Choppy. YouTube is having a tough time. It would be awkward to end the stream if you guys can't hear me right now. So I can't properly say I'm ending the stream. Yeah, Dell, I've already switched to my PC. Give me a second. I'm gonna watch back my stream on YouTube. We're good. So I'm just looking at my stream right now. It's a little better. It could be hardware. Okay, wait 1 second. I'm gonna just type. I'm saying, so is it for sure a me issue and not a YouTube issue? Okay, so I'm gonna type a bit. Okay, so I'm looking at my stream and it's like super. Hold on. Super delayed. So someone said to refresh. I don't know if that actually helps, but I'm gonna try it too. Zona Helix says it could be either, but most likely it's the streamer's end that causes it. We're good now, says Maxim. So from Maxim, Maxim, it seems like it's alright. Wait, so is it actually fine now? It's working now? I don't even know how AE is After Effects. It's an Adobe program, and if you know Adobe, it's heavy AF. And I couldn't tell if me closing AE helped or not because my stream on YouTube was delayed by like a couple minutes because of the lag. Oh, it started again. Yeah, I wonder what's the issue now. I'm almost certain if the issue is CPU, the issue now is because I have Google open. But that's fine. This is totally okay. I just closed Google because no need to have that open anymore. And let's just go ahead and end the stream. It is a good time to end the stream anyway, since I did plan to end around 3 hours. I'm gonna have to wait a bit for chat to catch up with me due to the delay. But, hey guys, hopefully it's not laggy anymore. Since I'm guessing the issue is was initially with After Effects being open, and then after I closed that, you guys said it got better. It might have been around the time I closed it, I couldn't really tell. And then I opened YouTube so I could rewatch my stream and see the lag for myself. But that didn't really tell me anything due to the delay. And that might have caused more lag since you guys said it started again. It could be my internet. I'm kind of scared to open Google, but I'm only still hanging around because I think it's a little bit awkward to end the stream like this. So I'm hoping to get the lag control under control before I end the stream. My computer isn't even that hot right now, I think. But Tuna, thank you for donating. Yeah, my computer is kind of like an average temperature. Let's see. It's choppy, but it's no longer lagging. Seems fine. It's like a time travel puzzle. How did you get a minute behind? Because my stream was lagging, I guess it sent you a minute back. No more lag. I'm gonna have to, for sure, look back at the video and see exactly where the lag stopped. And if it had to do with me closing Google or such. But the delay is 4 minutes. Yes, that tends to happen when there's some really bad lag. But yes, bye guys. Bye guys. I'm glad you guys came to this stream. It seems it got better for some of you guys, lag-wise. So I feel okay to end the stream now. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Shiro. This is fine. I'm sorry, Zaid, I have to leave you. Maybe I'll be able to stream more often on my break, but no promises. I do really want to finish Little Nightmares. Maybe I might do like a super long stream and finish it, but it depends on my stamina, really. I'm glad you guys stuck around despite the lag at the end. Seems you guys might still be a few minutes behind, so you're gonna be hearing me say bye for like 10 more minutes. But bye, Yef. Bye, Precious Sun. I'm glad you're already looking forward to the next one. Now to my end stream screen.